Hello beautiful people, how are you all doing today? I hope you're all having the most amazing day. So it just suddenly dawned on me. I was working on these bracelets and I was like, okay, Anita, you can actually make a video or show, make a video as you're working on this piece here. Although I've already made this piece and I've already made a component which is going to be part of this bracelet I'm working on, but I just wanted to share how I got to this stage here. So I've done some wire wrapping because this is going to be part of a bracelet set. So this is going to be sitting like this, and then you'll have this sitting in the middle like that, and I'm going to do some wire work on the side with the beads on the side, so it's going to be like this. But sometimes I just wanted to share how I got that. So this is the back of it. So with this back, I'm going to actually cover it with a fabric. So it's not really, although when you put it on your body, it's not scratching. It's actually quite smooth. But just for me, for security reasons, I just want to make sure that it's actually more steady. But I just wanted to share with you on how to do something like this, just in case if you have a bead like this. So for instance, I have a bead like you might have maybe a bead like this. Flat bead, flat disc round bead with a hole on the side like this on both sides. Okay, so you might be thinking, okay, how would I use it? How would I build it up to be able to make something that can be a focal for a necklace or for a bracelet? So this is where you're gonna do some wire work. So here I've got an 18 gauge wire. Okay, an 18 gauge wire. So one thing to remember is the lower the wire in terms of the size, the stronger it is. So obviously the 16 gauge wire is going to be a lot more thicker in terms of depth, if I use that, than the 18 gauge. So the 16 will be a lot thicker, and obviously as it goes down 14 it'll be thicker, but the higher it goes the thinner it is. So just remember that. So let's say if you say like 20 gauge wire is going to be thinner than the 18 gauge wire, so remember that. So obviously we've got this wire here, so I'm working with 18 gauge wire here. So you'll be using all your pliers. You're going to use your side cutter, you're going to use a round nose plier, you're going to use your bent nose plier, the usual wires for your bead work that you use for your jewelry making. So what I'm going to start off with, cutting. I'm just going to work randomly with a length. So you can choose to measure out the length you choose to work with. It's up to you. So what I then do is, so I get the wire and I insert it through the hole in the middle like so. Okay, so when you insert it like this, then what you can then do is you carry on and you bead round. So okay, so I've got these chip beads here with different gemstones. And what you then do is you insert each bead onto the wire like this. Okay, so with this you can actually do it also with seed beads. You can do it with seed beads as well, or you can do it with we can thread the chip beads like I've done here. So these are like multi gemstone chip beads. So what I've done is I've threaded one side. You can see this side, I'm holding on to it. This side is threaded with the gemstone chip beads, but like I said again, you can use it with seed. You can use seed beads as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this end of the threaded, and I've threaded the gemstones. I'm going to insert it back through this hole here, one of the holes here on the side. Okay, and then I'm going to use one of my pliers. So I can use one of my pliers, just pull to one side. Okay, so I've got my two bent nose plier. If I can find the other one, I think the other one I've dropped it, but I'm just going to use one of my bent nose plier and I'm going to use my flat nose plier. I'm going to pull both ends. Okay, what I want is I want this to be like this. So you want the wire to be really stiff. All right, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue the threading again. So I'm just going to use this wire here, this other wire here. I'm going to continue threading the gemstones on one side. So I'm going to continue threading it. Okay, so when you've got to the end, so I see I've threaded this wire here. When you get to the end, You see this wire again, insert it through this hole here, and you bring it out on the opposite end. Okay, so again, we're going to do what we did the first time. We're going to use both wires, pliers, and we're going to hold like this. Okay, so make sure that you pull it tightly. Okay, so that both of the, you see how the chip beads are all rounded to one side. Okay, then what we're going to do now is you can now choose another bead of your choice. You can use another focal, you know, because we're now trying to build the middle of the focal point. So I'm just going to put another threaded bead here. You see the top here, and I'm going to do find another one. Okay, I've got a tiger eye. I'm gonna thread a tiger eye. So you can use rhinestones in this case if you wish. Any bead you're gonna put here just to bridge that gap here. You can see what we're trying to do here. So I've got a selection of bead pots here. I've got different beads. People call it bead soup, call it anything. So I keep random boxes. I use jars. In this case, I use it from IKEA. And I collect different beads of different sizes, and I store them. Sometimes you can get them, like if you go to a thrift store or what we call a charity store in the UK here. You can buy some necklaces that catches your eye, and you can decide to reuse them, tear the beads apart, and then reuse them for the beads to do something else. So so I've got this focal bead, this beautiful purple bead here that I would like to use in the middle like that. Okay, so what I'm going to then do is take the bead, insert it through one of the wires. So you see this wire that I threaded the bead there on top, and then what I'm going to do is use another chip bead. So I'm going to thread another chip bead at the bottom, or like through one of the wires. So I've chosen turquoise this time around. Okay, and then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move this so you can see closely on camera. Okay, so I need to use a chip bead that is actually going to be flat against the bead, so that's very important. So when you're making that decision, you need something that's going to be flat like that, as you can see. So it's sitting nicely. So let's look for another bead. I've got another tiger eye here, or jasper. I think that's jasper. So okay, so you see the bead is really flat there. Okay, so you see this wire here that I've threaded the bead in the middle. I'm just gonna now take it. You see this second wire here? I'm gonna wrap it round. So this is where you could either use your bend nose plier, flat nose plier, or round nose plier. Okay, so I'm just gonna twist it here. Okay, just twist. Okay, be careful when you twist. You don't want to twist it way too much as well. Okay, you see, this is why I said obviously the 18 gauge wire is easier, because it's you can easily manipulate the wire. Okay, so once you've done that, you've got that focal in the middle here. Okay, so this is where we now begin to start doing the wire wrap. So you see the back here, I've got this wire here. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this wire really tightly, and I'm going to take this wire here, I'm going to insert it through the back here, pull the wire through, wrap it over like so. Okay, and then we're going to bring it back to where we started initially. So take this wire here, pass it through the middle like that, bring it out, but leave it there. Okay, so you see the second wire here, pass it through. So we're just going to be playing around with random shape at the back. Okay, take this wire, pass it through the back, pull it out like that. Okay, pull it over. So the wire, we're inserting it through the wire. Can you see the wire here? We're inserting it in between the wires. Okay, so we now take that long wire, pass it through the other side again, pull it out again. So you find another. So when you're pulling it, make sure that you don't pull it too hard. Take that bead, insert in between the beads here, pull it back. Okay, and then we're going to go back to the original place. So you see, before we used to put it from the back, so this time around I'm going to take the wire and then insert it from the front in between the wire. So I'm just going to do that. Okay, pull and then make sure that pull that is tight enough, so you can use your round nose plier in this case. Okay, so make sure you pull that wire just gently. Okay, so what we're trying to do is create like a steady thing at the back. Okay, so once you've done that, you can either take this wire here too, see this other wire here, pass it through from the back to the front. So we're just trying to use those wires as much as possible. Okay, so just to create a base at the back that is going to hold the wires in place, right? And make sure that any sharp edges, you just kind of bend it. Okay, so you can carry on doing that. As you can see, this is steady, but obviously you can do here as well. You know, do it from here and there, just to create like a strong base. Okay, so that this is not moving around. Down here we have done like a web at the back. Okay, so what you can then do is use your plier. You know, I use my plier to just create shapes, just to hold it further. Okay, so what it does, it pulls the shapes in. Okay, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. It's not compulsory. You really don't have to do this at all. Okay, so once we've done that, as you can see, our is steady. It's steady. So with this now, you can either use it in a bracelet to make a bracelet, and then you can strap, you know, do your beads for your bracelet, or you can use it in a pendant for a necklace. So let's say, for instance, you've got a cord here. You know, you can now add, so you look for the middle point, you can add like something here. You can create a lovely, you know, necklace, and then you can use a jump ring to hold it onto the cord. But anyway, so that's what I did to get this technique here. Okay, so now we're about to start working on the bracelet. Okay, so this is my bracelet that I was working on, and I thought, oh, okay, let me bring you along with me. So if you look in this bracelet here, in this pendant that I've done, this focal bead that I've done, you can see there's a hole on the side of the bead, just like there's a hole on the side of this bead here. If you look inside, there's a hole there. Okay, so there's a hole on the side of the bead. So if you're working on this, the bigger the hole on the actual base of your pendant, the better. The bigger the hole, the better. Because what's going to happen is, when the bigger the hole, you can actually manipulate. You can do so later. So for instance, if the hole is this big or this big, so you can actually do some more work on it. Okay, so what I've done is, with my wire, I'm going to pass through my wire through the middle, like so. Okay, all right, so I'm going to try and see whether I can actually fit two wire strands. If I don't, then that's fine. I can still work with one, but let me see whether I can fit two. Let's give that a try. Okay, luckily I fit two in it. Fantastic, because that's what I was aiming for. So you see, we've got two here, so I just have to make sure they're the same length. So I doubled it up because I wanted to do something with it. Okay, because I want my bracelet to be thicker. I want it to be thicker, so by the time I put the beads on it, I want it to be thick. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to, bear with me, I'm gonna try and see how I can manipulate this. Okay, bear with me, let me move this, get my wire, pull. I'm gonna wrap it through the middle like so, pass it underneath one of the ones I've done earlier. So pass it through like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna bring it out here. Okay, so pull. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Make sure. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Take those two wires, pass it through the back. And there's a reason why I'm doing that, is just to make sure to secure that part, so that when I do start my bead, I do put my beads on the wire, they are absolutely secure. Okay, so I'm just going to pull. Oh, I've broken one of the chip beads, but it's okay. is all right. That's what happens when you use cheap beads. But again, be careful when you're doing yours, okay? Because you don't want to be breaking all your stuff. Okay, so I've done all that. So that looks all right, I think. Okay, I think when I do my bracelet, it should be able to sit in the middle like so. I hope that's sitting all right. Let me have a look at it. Okay, I think I need to bring it here to this side. Bear with me. Put it through here. Okay, so basically you're working, I mean, today is Sunday, and I don't know when this video is gonna be edited and put together. Hopefully I'll have it done by today. So if you're watching this is actually the reality of what's going on. So there's no fakery here. This is like the timeline of what's going on. Okay, so I've got these two small beads here. Let me see whether that fits in. Let me see. Oh, because some of them, because you know, like when you put two wires, it becomes rather difficult. Oh God, let's see. Hopefully, sometimes they do fit together. If it doesn't fit, it's okay. If no, it doesn't fit, let's not fuss it. Let's not fuss it. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Ghana Kroba beads here. So let's try this Ghana rondelles. So because I use that in here. Okay, so this is going to be part of this bracelet here. So it'll be like a double whammy of a bracelet. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to see what it's going to look like. I'm so excited, as in excited. Okay, so let's see. You see the crumple bead? The crumple beads work really well. Look at that, look at that. Okay, so what I'll probably do is, let me thread the other side. And let's see what this other side looks like. Okay, so far so good, so far so good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna have a mismatch. So I'm gonna use this, my bead stopper, to hold it. So this ain't going nowhere for now. Okay, so I think with this we're gonna have a mishmash, although let's see, because I was gonna have like a mishmash of beads, like a bead soup thing going on. Let's try. There's this other bead here. I have quite a couple of them. How many do I have? Oh Lord. Okay, hopefully it should be enough. I've got 4, which would be good. Okay, so I'll do 2 on both sides and then see. Let me trim this off here. Where's my side cutter? This. Okay. All right, so let me thread this too. I'm gonna trim that off because that's looking a bit, it's not straight. So be careful when you're trimming, because avoid your eyes. Okay, so I'm gonna thread this too. Let me see whether this two actually fits in. Hey, oi. Hey. Okay, let's see. You see, the thing is as well is with the bigger, I need to try. Okay. Ooh. Okay, we have a success. Hey, look at that. Look at that. That went in. That went in. So hopefully, so we'll put another 2 focal beads. So we can just kind of like put like, well, that's quite cute, isn't it? That's quite cute. That's really cute. Let's try and see whether the another 2 beads will go in. 2 wires, sorry, will go in. Oh, I hope it does. Okay, so far so good. Look at that. Hey, look at that. Okay, so let's try. We've done the other side. Let's see. Hopefully these other 2 beads will go on the other side. Okay, fantastic. So far everything is working. So as you're doing this, you can use this as an excellent way of using up all the, you know, when you have random beads in your stash and you want to do use them all to do like a really pretty bracelet. So as you can see, So if I have it like round like that, oh, that is really pretty, isn't it? That is really pretty. So if I wrap it, sorry, this is way too close. I need to I need to put my camera higher up. So this is, it's gonna be like that. Hey, okay, I think what we need to do is put some another bead like that. Okay, so imagine this and then that. Hey, 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 what do you think? I'm getting I'm getting so excited, honestly. Okay, all right, let me move my camera up and then, okay, so I was telling you about the bead soup, yeah? Okay, you'll be amazed the things we have, that we can reuse. Okay, so I have an old necklace. I got this like from a charity shop. Okay, I got this from a charity shop. So I'm gonna pull it out, and then here I'm just gonna pull. There's some more, oh, there's some lovely beads in there that I can use actually. So I'm just gonna pull it out. You see, this bead works beautifully with, okay, as I was beading this, yeah, I found, let me take this out. Let me take this crop bead. I found two of this. This was from like, does that go? Oh yeah, that does go. That does go. It was from like a necklace I got from, again, charity shop. We call it charity shop here. Americans will call it thrift store. Thrift store. Oh, that looks nice with it. What do you think? Oh my God. Like, I'm getting excited. Sorry. You find loads of interesting things when you go thrifting, or like you get some gems, put it this way, you get, oh, look at that, I've put that there. Oh Lord, you see, the thing is, I save a lot of stuff. I always say that no material comes to me unused, and I say that wholeheartedly with pride. I make sure that I use every material that pays me a visit. Hey, I tell them, you know what? You've come to my house. You're welcome. I'm like, you are more than welcome. Okay, so there's a little disc bead here that I thought, oh, that's quite cute. Okay, I make sure I have two of everything, yeah? So I've got that. Okay, as you're doing this, make sure that you're measuring your wrist, because you don't want it to be too big. Because although we're going to use like some chain. Okay, I think that's getting a bit too long. No, actually, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So I'm just going to clip onto this. Let me use that to clip onto this side here. I've got another curl. Let me get some more crowbar beads. I need two more. Eee. Okay, let me move this out of the way because I don't want to cause chaos on the table. Okay, so I've got a crowbar bead. Let me put a crowbar bead here. I got this crowbar bead when I went to Ghana. When I went to Ghana last year, I got these crowbar beads, and it was just, I was so excited when I got them. I was like, and I found another disc bead here. And the lady that sold this to me, she was like, why are you so excited? I'm like, oh, Mama, you don't know. I said, Mama, you don't know. I'm like, whenever I acquire something new, hey, I get so excited. Okay, let's make sure that this fits my arm, my wrist. Okay, obviously this is gonna be for sale, but I just want to make sure that it's not too big. All right, so bear in mind we're gonna use chain. Okay, that's fine. That's perfect. Actually, yeah, might be a bit too big, because I was gonna use what do you call it, chain. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should finish it with this. Let me see whether this Sorry if you hear any voice. My daughter is upstairs. She's entertaining her friends. Okay, so let's try this. This might just work. I've removed one crowbar bead. So, okay, so to finish it off, okay, so I get my, let me use the other, I get my round nose plier. So I hold on to the tip of the wire like so. Please do excuse, I'm seeing this in the background. Please do excuse whatever you're seeing. So hold the tip of the wire here. You can see I've left a little bit of gap. So maybe half an inch. Let's say this half an inch or an inch. Half an inch. Okay, so you see where I've placed my wire. So I use my hand, okay, hold on to this. You see this wire behind here? Okay, I'm just gonna wrap it round this wire. So you see how I'm gripping tightly this wire here with my round nose plier? I'm gonna use this wire. I'm gonna use my hand and wrap it round. Okay, just wrap it round. Some people will just twist, twist, twist. So I'm just gonna wrap it round. Okay. And then what I then do is, you see this excess wire here, this smaller one, just trim it off with a side cutter. Okay, so I've done this side here. So I'm gonna do the other side, okay? So I'm just gonna again repeat what I did on the other side. And then again, leave an inch here, bend it. You know, some people do this. Let me show you. Some people do this. Put it over. So there's no wrong way or wrong way to do it. But we can put it over like so. And then wrap it. Wrap it, wrap it, wrap it. Wrap it, wrap it, wrap it. Wrap it, wrap it, wrap it. Okay. And then what we're going to do is, you see this wire here? We're going to trim it down. Trim it off, trim it off. Be careful when you're putting this in the bin, yeah? Because I've had an accident whereby, you see these wires? They're very, very lethal and sharp. So if you accidentally put it on the floor or on your, like a beaded mat like this, and you're not paying attention, this can pierce through the skin. And trust me, it's not funny. It's not funny. So if you're disposing of this sharp ends, this sharp wire, please dispose of it properly, please. I beg of you. Okay, so we have got the bracelet here. Okay, so we've got it here. You can see that. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So imagine having both of them on. Look at that. So imagine we went from having, that's how I created this pendant here, is, you know, the technique I showed you in the beginning. So you can use that to make your bracelet, or you can make a pendant. I'll show you how to transfer that to make that into a pendant for a necklace actually. So once I'm done with that, so what I'm going to do next is, so let me make sure, yeah, so you can see this, the back of my wrist is absolutely, it's okay. I like the way it's meeting up at the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish it off with a chain, or hold on, I had this claw clasp. Should I use it? No, I think I'll just use a normal. Let me use my normal. Okay, so let me thread onto this. So I've got my jump ring here, so I'm just going to twist my jump ring to open. I normally use this side to put my lobster clasp, so I'm just going to look for a lobster clasp in my, oh, although I can reuse this though. Hey, okay, bear with me. There's this part. There is this part from an old necklace that I can reuse. Okay, all right, okay, so there's this part of an old necklace, yeah? So this is the clasp that was used to close it. It's in good condition, as in good condition. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to twist it just to take it out. Okay, look at that. Okay, I'm just going to hook it onto this, all right? And then I'm going to twist to close, twist to close, twist to close. Oh, you see, this is why it is good to keep some old stuff. So what I'm going to do is polish it, because it's actually in good condition. It's actually in good condition. Make sure, oh, look at that. Hey, okay, so with this closure now, what it does is I'm going to put like a jump ring there. It's easy to connect that through. Look at that. Oh, look at that. It makes it easier. Hey. Okay, what I'm going to do first though, I'm going to make sure I bend my loop so it'll be easier to put it. I have two of this. Okay, look at that. So it'll be easier to put it on and off because I was going to use I was going to use lobster clasp. Bear with me. Oh, my daughter's gone out, so I would have said, oh, Zizi, come and help me. But you can do this yourself. Let's give it a try. Hey, look at that. Look at the back of it. Okay, perfect. Look at that. Perfect. Look at it. Oh, okay, I think what I might do is I might do the same for this as well. Use that same, because I've got one more left. Where is it? I found one more. Hey, where is it? Hey, okay, I've got one more here. I'm gonna take that out. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm getting all excited. You would have thought like that. Yeah, but look at that. It's easier. Look at that. So if I can do the same here, let's see. Okay, so when I put that on, so I might need this to be, because, okay, so for this, because the loop I did on this one is rather small, rather small. Hey, I didn't want this video to be so long. Okay, let me see whether I can put it through there. Otherwise, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a jump ring. Let me see whether I can expand the hole a bit more. Expand the hole. Okay. All right. Alrighty. Hey. Okay, let's see. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put jump ring on there. I do not wanna ruin the hard work that I put into making this bracelet. So let's see. Let's try and see whether we can put jump ring on that one, just to secure the second necklace. What am I calling the necklace? Bracelet. Alrighty. So okay, so this is one I was fiddling with. So let's put the jump ring here and then close it. So okay, and then I think it'll be easier for me to now add this link here and then close it. Okay, yes, rather than what I was trying to do before, because I don't want to end up like ruining a perfectly good. Okay, then what I'm going to do then is I'm going to create another jump ring. Oh wait, there's a loop. Okay, there's this. So this is, again, I tell you, it never throw anything away. Hey, never throw anything away, because all these things comes in handy. Because, you know, when you're making something and you feel like, oh, okay, there's a silver one. And you feel like you just want to recycle, just reuse it. Hey, you can reuse them. Hey, say somebody's what's that saying? Another man's trash is somebody's treasure. Who would have thought that we've used some components from there to make this? Obviously the beads. I sourced the beads from all over the world. I got this from Nigeria. These turquoise online from a reputable gemstone dealer. And I got this was given to me by somebody. Beautiful bead. And then of course I've got the rondelle from Ghana. So look at that. Hey, sorry, I'm dropping things. I'm so excited. So let's try, let's see, because some of these bracelets is, I like to make bracelets that you can, like, you know, like sometimes if you're on your own and you have nobody to help you put it on, and you just have to just do it yourself. Hey, look at that. You see, I told you. Look at the back of it. I need to measure it to find out the size of it, like for, hold on, is this working? Yeah, it's working. I had to do a rain check there to make sure I put everything in the right place. But yeah, so this is the bracelet. This is the bracelet. What do you think? Hey, anyway, before I forget, I was going to show you how to turn this into a pendant. So let's say if you made this and you don't want to use it as a bracelet, and you want to use it as a pendant for your necklace, and you've got like a favorite necklace and you just want to just reuse it there. So what you then do is you find a hole. Okay, let's straighten up this. Let's straighten up this wire. Okay, so you see we'll find a gap here on top here, so in between one of those, you know, like aligned with this, so we can find a hole there. There's a hole for sure. There's a gap for sure, for sure. So put that there. I will find that gap. Come on. Hey, all right, so I'm gonna pull it in the middle, push past here. So we need it to be in the middle. All right, we need it to be in the middle. So okay, that's not in the middle, right in the middle. Okay, what then do is we need to find the gap. I'll use my needle. I'll use my needle to make a gap. Okay, that's fine. I've made a gap there. And then we can just use this here. Alrighty. Okay. Alright. And then I'll turn that off. And then you get another, take this longer one, pass it through the back again, because we're going to do a little bit of more wire work. Okay, please don't get sick of the wire work. Don't get sick of it, please, I beg of you. Okay, so you see what we've done there is right in the middle, right? So again, you can find a bead of your choice. You can insert those two beads on top like so. So you can put that in the bead in the middle. And then what we can then do is we can then, again, you see these two wires, okay, bed into an angle like this, like so. Okay, take this, put it over, bend it. Okay, I bet you'd be thinking, you're doing so many techniques, Anita, for your wrapping. So we just wrap the wire around. Okay, please be mindful of your finger. So you see, if I was using a 16 gauge wire, right, whilst I will wrap it the way I'm wrapping, it will be a lot more stiffer. Trust me, it won't be as easy as I'm doing with this one. So you just use your bent nose plier. Just make sure that the sharp edges are all done. Okay, and then what you then do is, depending on how the pendant, the cord you're using. So let's say, for instance, we're using a cord here. Yeah, we're using a cord. So if you want to put this on a jump ring, then let's get a jump ring, and then we open up a jump ring. So open up a jump ring like that, and open it, just twist to open, or twist to open your jump ring. You pass your jump ring through this, okay, and then we're going to twist it a little bit more to open, because we're going to insert it through the cord. So we insert it through the cord like that. All right, and then we twist to close. All right, so you see we now have a pendant hanging off a necklace. So this is another way you can do it. You can use the wrapped detailing. So you could choose to leave it this way, There's nothing wrong with it. It's absolutely quite beautiful. It's very, very organic. Or you can choose to cover it up with a fabric. That's up to you. So anyway, I am happy with this bracelet we've just done, and then the pendant to go with it for a necklace. And thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much. If I feel absolutely better to have you watching me as I work, so thank you so much, and I wish you all the most amazing day. Take good care of yourselves, and much love always. Take care. Bye.